Is there a part of you that wants to be successful, famous, rich, in the center of attention, popular, or something like that? Then this video is for you. Because I want to discuss success. And not only business success, but just success in general. To be one of the best at something, maybe. To be seen as special. I think success and being special is just at the center of what ego is. We want to one-up life. We want to do better in some way. I have had that for such a long time that I wanted to, in some way, show others how capable I am. Maybe you've also been bullied or you've been not so popular in the past. I've been a little bit of both. That also puts some logs on the fire of wanting to be special, successful, if not in the world, then spiritually. I think that's a very normal ego identity response, is to see how special I am, right? Which is true, you are special already, but not in the way that you need something to do that. Not that you need some accolade, some achievement, some certificate, some amount of followers or something like that. That's not relevant. That's not what you need. You don't need tons of followers or lots of money to be special. No, you are inherently special because you're a source, because you're this. Amazingly expressed in this very unique way. Like everything is expressed in a unique way. And that's an interesting thing. Everything is the same, but everything is also special and unique at the same time. But this want or need that can arise with us to be special, to be seen, finally, for us, right? Can create so many distortions in our life. And for a long time, I felt that I wasn't fully living my potential, which can be your illusion too, because it's something where we feel that we might be held back. And the reason we get held back is a very good one. That if we feel that there's somehow a need to prove ourselves, if we actually prove ourselves, we get validated for a distortion by life. And of course, sometimes that happens because then we get to see that distortion and, we can work on that. But for other people, we don't get that exposure from life because it's not meant for us to learn that lesson so publicly, as a lot of artists and famous people do. They learn their lessons very publicly. I can imagine for some of them that that's really intense. We can be goofballs without anybody noticing. We can be humans without the tabloids writing about that. This quote-unquote success is a thorn that's hitting us because we want to prove our specialness. We want to prove our uniqueness. We want to prove our success while we already are a success. Because we're already that special and we don't need any achievement to do that. From my own perspective, I want to share that for me, the game has definitely changed. There, at some point, was no thing or misinterpretation holding me back from success. Because success is also empty. Success is also just this. But the thing that was actually keeping me procrastinating a lot as well is the fact that I wanted to be successful to prove something. Because I didn't feel enough. Because I was afraid to fail. And why was I afraid to fail? Because if I fail, then actually I prove my identity, that I'm not good enough. So I did fail because I procrastinated. So it was this setup. Because if I would not procrastinate, I maybe wouldn't have failed. And if I would not have failed, then my identity is gone. Because then I'm no longer not good enough. Then I'm fine. There's no problem. There's nothing wrong with me. So for a long time, I was actually afraid of success. But I felt I was afraid of failure. And the failure was there, again, because if I would succeed, that would be the end of my identity as a failure. As somebody that's not good enough yet. So for me, success has been a big theme. Maybe it hasn't for you, but for a lot of people, it is a sort of factor in their life that they want to be successful in one way or another, which again is totally fine because some things are just natural sources of inspiration for you to pursue. And there's nothing wrong with, for example, creating videos or doing athletics or making Instagram posts or doing something you love, right? But if there's a part of you doing it for recognition, that's the part of you that's resisting it. Or if there's a part of you that's afraid to lose their identity when other people recognize their talent, then it will self-sabotage. So life's intelligence is so good that if you're not as successful as you want, then that's a beautiful opportunity. That life is showing you that there is something for you to look at still, that makes sense for you to look at. The biggest indicator of that is that you feel resistance when you're doing that which you like and that which you naturally want to pursue. I felt resistance in business for the longest time, even spiritual business. But I also felt it before when I was in IT and things like that. And that was my thing to look at. And there was many layers of this theme to look at. But basically, if I would have been successful early on, I would have disproven my identity. And that would have created this huge identity crisis, basically. Because what if I'm totally okay? And there's no problem at all with me. What if I'm totally fine? What if I don't need to work on myself because I'm already good? That would be an identity shift. That would be something that I wasn't ready for yet. So if you're wanting to be excellent at something, which is a pure motivation for you, but you feel that there's resistance there, then that's something to explore. And if you're like me, it takes maybe a couple of years of looking at that. You don't have to be forceful because it will resolve itself over time. It's always good to look at that which you feel resistance on, especially if it's just a pure joy, actually. But if a part of you is doing this for success or some type of recognition, instead of just the pure motivation of doing the actions, then it will be probably hard. And for me, I did not, especially after spiritual awakening, I had no motivation to do the things where resistance was still pushing me. So I had to look at resistance because the flow wouldn't go somewhere where there was still resistance. So I hope this helps for you. If you're interested in learning more about this subject, then you can either schedule a free call with me or join one of my groups coaching sessions. First one is for free, just like the free coaching call. And I wish you the best of luck with your beautiful process. And let me know, life's process, right? And let me know how success has resonated for you and if you've thought of that. And if it has been a theme for you, just like it has been for me. Much love. Bye.